Yes, you know what you're saying. In today's video, we're going to be designing a streetwear graphic using threshold filters in Photoshop. So, one of my most commonly used effects and design processes when designing graphics within Photoshop is applying threshold filters to images. This allows you to transform any composition of your arranged images into a cool looking vector style illustration. So, in Photoshop, I like to start with an A3 document with the artboard set to black. This allows me to design with a confidence knowing that my graphic will stay high res when exporting for print or other media. So I began by importing this image I found on Unsplash, and then using the selection tool to resize my image until it fit the majority of my artboard. Then using the select subject preset tool. If this tab isn't here on your screen, you can find it at the select options on the top. Now as you can see, it didn't do a great job at selecting my cameras, therefore I'll zoom in using Command and plus if you're on a Mac, and then manually amending the selection. Grabbing this pen tool, I began creating small selections which I wanted to include in my graphic, and then pressing Shift Command Enter to add to our selection. This is quite long and tedious, therefore I'll just quickly time-lapse this process. Essentially, you want to keep making small selections in which you want to keep from your image until you're happy with the result. Now, coming down to your adjustment layer options, we're going to select threshold down at the bottom. As you can see, this has applied a threshold filter and created a new top layer. Now with this effect, you can toggle the strength using the slider option. The effect that we want, we're going to go ahead with this strength at about 104. And then the white of this image is what we will be left with in just a minute. So selecting both your threshold layer and the image underneath using Shift and clicking, we're going to press Command, Option and E, creating this new merged layer. Having this layer selected, go up to the Select tab and click color range. Then with your eyedropper tool, select anywhere on your image which is white and click OK. Then on that same selected layer, Command C and V to paste your white selection. You can now hide or delete the bottom layer which will say threshold merged. If you guys want, I recommend naming this layer something like base color layer maybe. I just didn't because I like making life much more difficult than it has to be. Then go ahead and hide that layer and go back to your threshold layer, slightly bringing down the strength so you're left with less white showing. And then simply repeat that process if you want a sort of 2 color halftone effect. Now once you have your threshold layers, it's up to you whether you want to achieve a more illustrated effect, in which case you'll want to hide your photographic original layer. However, I personally like applying a threshold filter on existing images as I just think it sort of adds like a little grunge effect. Now with the 2 threshold layers, select each one, double clicking and apply a color overlay of what you would like. I'm going to start with this light beige color. If you can't see a change in your image, drag that layer above the other one until your color is showing. Now select the other layer and do the same. I recommend some sort of complementing highlight color. However, for this design I'm going to stick with just the 1 threshold filter as I'm going for a more monochrome gradient effect. I'm not too happy with this down here, so I'm going to go ahead and use the eraser tool and just brush away this piece. Now for the next image I want to include, we're going to repeat the same steps. However, this time on your threshold layer, right click and select Create Clipping Mask. This will make any adjustment only affect the layer underneath. As you guys can see, I've got 3 different strength threshold layers. I'm going to add a different shade of grey to each one as I want to achieve some sort of monochrome gradient in my graphic. Then we're going to push the bottom layer to the top so we can see all the colours. Then because I want to add a filter gallery texture to this, I'm going to select all these threshold layers using Shift and click, then right clicking and select merge layers. Now coming up here to the filter tab, we're going to take this graphic into the filter gallery. And then using this grainy preset, I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to play around with this composition a little bit. So I'm going to zoom in and select my pen tool, as I want to make a duplicate of this camera at the top. Now that I'm happy with the overall layout of my images, I can start to focus on adding textures to various areas. such as adding a black outer glow with a slight adjustment of noise. This does a good job at making objects visually stand out in front of one another. Now I'm going to add a type element in this corner as it's a pretty nice inviting space. So just using a simple Arial black font and then applying all caps in my character window, I'm going to have the word surveillance here to go with my theme. I like to warp my text horizontally as I think it looks more eye-catching, so to do this I'm going to be holding shift and dragging my selection box down. Now for my type at the bottom, I'm going to copy and paste this type so it keeps the same adjustments and drag it down where I'd like. I'm going to achieve a more streetwear looking effect by double clicking this layer and adding a colour overlay the same as my background, and then adding a small outer stroke of white. Now I want to create a sort of shadow reflection of this type, so I'm going to select my pasted layer, right click and then raster size. This will allow me to edit the selection as if it's an image. Then going up to my filter and selecting blur, and then Gaussian blur. Now I found these little 3D rendered looking bullet things on Unsplash, which I'm going to use within the border of my graphic, simply resizing and erasing with a soft brush the parts that I don't want. Then once the selection was looking good, I could copy and paste this around the rest of the areas I'd like. Now using this grainy texture I found online, I'm going to keep this layer at the top of my artwork, changing the blending options to linear burn. Then just adding some finishing touches such as this bottom type feature, before taking the image into the camera raw filter for final photo adjustments. I really recommend you guys do this, as this is how our image looked beforehand, and here's how it looks after going into the camera raw filter. So there you guys have it. Hopefully this video helped you understand the powers of threshold filters a little bit more. If you guys are interested, I'm actually selling this design on my store. The link is in the description below. And also guys, I'd really appreciate if you guys could go check out my Instagram, as I'm really trying to grow this at the minute. Till next time guys, I'll see you in the next one in a bit.